Welcome everybody and good evening. Please welcome the administration faculty 2015 of BAU International University.
Mr. Ambassador Serdar Kilic, Chairman Yücel, President Vatanartaran, Vice President Karaburk, members of the Board of Directors, faculty, staff, honored guests, parents, family, friends, students, and those who have traveled great distance to be with us tonight. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to BAU International's 2015 commencement exercises. My name is Ethan Sewell, and I am the Associate Director of Academic Programs at the University. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Ebony Lee onto the stage to sing the national anthem of the United States of America, the Star-Spangled Banner. Please rise.
Test. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the administration and faculty of BAU International University. President, Dr. Sinem Vatanartaran, Vice President, Dr. Hassan Karaburk, Dr. Enis Doan, Mr. Sarosh Khan, Ms. Denise Willard, Dr. Barak Kuntai, and Dr. Sharif Salim. This evening is a very special one for all of us gathered in this beautiful venue. Tonight we take time out of our busy lives to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our students. This is a time for our honorees to reflect upon all they have accomplished at BAU International University. The teachers, friends, and family members who have taken the journey with them and supported them, and how much they have learned, grown, and changed in their time with us. Those of us who have come here tonight to participate in and witness this ritual are tremendously proud of our graduates. As an educator, I can tell you that commencement is one of the sweetest moments in academic life. To expand upon the importance and the meaning of commencement, it is my privilege at this time to invite to the podium Dr. Sinem Vatanartiran. Please.
Well, I'm excited. I was okay until this moment, but now my hands started shaking. His Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, dear families, dear guests, and dear class of 2015, welcome. First and foremost, I want to wish you all a heartfelt congratulations for the achievement you have made that we are celebrating here today. It was a long road that led us here, but you held your heads high, and you persevered, and you earned this moment, and we are proud of you. And graduation is in many ways a very personal achievement. It's recognition of individual commitment and effort, but it's also about others. Your families who supported you emotionally and financially, friends who knew you needed them, a favorite faculty member who worked with you to complete a tough project. So therefore, first, I would like to congratulate your family members. They have always been there for you. They supported you since your birth. And now, they must be the proudest of all here to see you in gowns and caps again. And I would like you, our graduates, to give a huge applause to thank your families and to appreciate them. And I would like to congratulate our faculty members. They did their best to prepare you for today. Please give them a huge applause too. As successful graduates, you represent the best in academic achievement, in creativity, and in promise for the future. For you personally, you need to see yourself and your world within that world. In Marianne Williamson's book, The Healing of America, written in 2010, she tells us that if we were to take the entire population of the world today and reduce it to a village of 100 people, have you read this? I see, yes, good. Keeping the ratios which currently exist, we would have 57 Asians, 21 Europeans, 14 from North and South America, 8 Africans, 70 unfortunately not able to read, 50 suffering from malnutrition, 30 Christians and 30 who speak English, 6 owning 50% of the wealth in that village, and all of the six would be the US citizens. And guess what? There would be only one with a college degree. So we cannot forget that a college education is rare and extraordinary and places upon those who are so fortunate a tremendous burden of responsibility for the other 99 in our global village. And in your case, you earned a master's degree, one degree beyond the college one. And I don't know what that number would be in that village of 100 to represent you. But what I know is that you have the responsibility for making this world a better one, as you are the ones who graduated as world citizens with global values, who think freely, who produce, who can question, and most importantly, who can contribute to the solutions of the problems with your creative ideas. And unfortunately, this small village today has lots of major challenges like wars, or budget challenges, or pollution, global warming, natural disasters. but you have developed your managerial, organizational, and leadership skills with us. Please, take your responsibility to shape a better world seriously, and we are counting on you, and your involvement will definitely make a difference. The knowledge and skills you have gained during your study at BAU International University will certainly enable you to develop and execute sound and lucrative business ventures, and we certainly wish all the success in the world for you in those respects. But I also ask you to build social value into your business models. Think about whom you are benefiting, your customers and employees alike, and about how you are treating the earth. That is when you will enjoy your work the most, feel the best about what you do, and achieve the highest possible level of success. You, class of 2015, you are special for us. You are the first cohort of this university and our MBA program, and for me, you proved your entrepreneurial skills by choosing to become a student at BAU International University, right? You chose to be the first, and you chose to become a pioneer. You chose to be a part of a global educational network, and I think this means a lot about you, and this means a lot about your future, a very bright one. And this is not an end. As the name of this event implies, this is a commencement for your new life, and you are a member of a large family now. You will always have a door for you in Istanbul, in Berlin, in Batumi, Rome, Cologne, Toronto, and hopefully many more in the future. You will always be able to continue your professional development at any of these locations in the world anytime you want. Seek ways to give back with your time, with your talent, and with your treasure. And make sure you develop the art of small check giving, not just to BAU International, but to other organizations that do work that you find meaningful. Before I finish, please allow me to offer a few more thanks. I would like to thank Mr. Chairman, the chairman of our board, Enver Yücel, with whom I have the privilege and honor of working for 15 years, for giving me this privilege of being the first president of this university. And I would like to thank Mr. Hüseyin Yücel, the executive president of Bahçeşehir Schools in Turkey, for generously providing the scholarships for our students. Without his generous support, we would not be able to offer the financial support for our graduates here. And last but not the least, I would like to thank the great team of BAU International University. Each and every one of them put great effort, had late nights, and has always been there when another team member needed. Without them, it wouldn't be possible to start this university and have the ceremony tonight. So, I would like to thank the team leader, Mr. Ahmet Köse, the CEO of Bahçeşehir Group here in the USA. Our provost, Dr. Walid Perez, and unfortunately he is in Paris now for an international meeting. Our vice president, Dr. Hasan Karabürk, and Melek, and Ethan, and Amra, Inga, Alicia, Yarda, Caitlin, Selçuk, and Tolga back there. I know that the team members will grow in number in the future, so we will not be able to share their names in the future ceremonies. So please allow me to tell their names, each and every one of them. I appreciate all of your efforts and warm thanks to you all. And you are the privileged few who have earned an MBA from BAU International University. To each of you in the graduating class, we pay tribute today to the accomplishment of your dream, one attained through hard work, perseverance, and plenty of late nights, I'm sure. Well done! So the huge applause, I want you to give an applause to yourselves, to your own achievements, please. You deserve it. Bravo! Achievements, and I extend my warmest wishes and congratulations. Thank you all.
It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium our founder and chairman of the board of directors, a pioneer in educational philanthropy, and a man whose dedication to concord and erudition is known around the world, Mr. Enver Yücel.
Sayın Büyükelçim,
Mr. Ambassador,
çok değerli Prezident,
Mr.
değerli
Dear
akademisyenler,
President, dear faculty members,
değerli anneler, babalar,
dear parents
sevgili öğrenciler,
and students,
hepinize iyi akşamlar.
good evening to you all.
Bugün çok önemli bir gün benim için.
Today is a very special day for me.
Dünyada 4 yerde üniversite kurdum.
I established 4 universities in the world.
BAU Global'in ikinci halkası Washington'daki bu üniversite.
Second one in Washington DC as other universities of BAU Global.
Ve onun da şimdi mezuniyetindeyiz.
And now we are at the commencement ceremony.
Bu mezuniyet, ilk mezuniyet.
This is the first one.
İlkler güzeldir.
And the firsts are always
Heyecanlıdır.
good, special, excited.
Çok özellikleri olur.
So the firsts have special meanings.
Üniversite tarihinde ilklersiniz.
You will be the firsts in the history of this university.
Bizim açımızdan da, siz öğrenciler açısından da
Both
çok
for
önemli
us.
bir akşamdayız.
And for you students, I guess this is an important evening.
Ve buna şahit olan değerli dostlarımız var.
And we have our friends here to witness
En başta
this.
Türkiye'mizin, güzel ülkemizin
First of all,
büyükelçisi aramızda.
Our ambassador to the Turkish Republic is
Tabii
here with us.
bu üniversiteyi kurmak çok kolay olmadı.
It was not easy to establish this university.
Biraz daha gerilere gidecek olursak
If we go back to the history,
bir kişiye daha teşekkür etmek istiyorum.
I would like to thank one more person,
Paul Brunson
Mr. Paul Brunson
ve eşi G.
and his wife Jill.
Şimdi 2 tane de çocuğu
Now
var.
they have 2 kids with us.
Paul Brunson'la 10 yıl önce kurs olarak başladık.
We started here in Washington DC with Mr. Paul Brunson, and we started as a test preparation center.
Ondan sonra durmadık.
But then we didn't stop,
Hem Türkiye'de, hem dünyada, hem de Washington DC'de büyüdük.
and we grew. We started to grow both in Washington DC and in Turkey and in the
Bugün bu
world.
üniversitenin mezuniyetini görmek gerçekten çok onur verici bir
So it's really
duygu.
a great honor for me to see the commencement of this university tonight.
Tabii az önce rektörümüzün söylediği gibi dünyanın çeşitli noktalarında üniversitelerimiz ve merkezlerimiz var.
As the President has just shared, we have both the universities and educational centers in various parts in the world.
Avrupa'nın en büyük eğitim gruplarından birisiyiz.
We are one of the largest educational groups in Europe,
Hem üniversiteleriyle hem de K12
both
sistemiyle.
with universities and also with K-12 schools.
Ve daha da büyümeye devam edeceğiz.
And we will continue to grow more.
Tabii ki dünyanın süper gücü Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nde üniversite açmak kolay bir iş değil.
And of course, it was not easy for us to establish a university in the superpower country of the world, United
Burası bir
States of
Amerikan
America.
üniversitesi.
This is an American university.
Geldiğimiz yer, kurucu olarak söylüyorum,
But
Türkiye.
as the founder, I'm telling you that we are coming from Turkey.
Türkiye 700 yıllık bir gelenekten geliyor.
Turkey has a history of 700 years of
Büyük bir
tradition,
imparatorluktan geliyor.
coming from a huge empire.
Eğitimle ilgili müthiş birikimlerimiz var.
And we have huge accumulation knowledge
Ve
in the field
bunu
of education.
bugün dünyasının süzgecinden geçirerek tecrübe ve bilgilerimizi bütün dünyaya yaymak istiyoruz.
And we would like to expand all our experience and knowledge with the whole world, taking this past experience with us.
Dünyanın geleceği eğitimle şekillendi, eğitimle şekilleniyor.
The future of the world is and will always be shaped by education.
Ve bundan sonra da böyle olacak.
It will continue to be so.
En azından ben bu sorumlulukla
At
çalışıyorum.
least I myself is working with that responsibility.
Dünyanın dün de, bugün de, yarın da 3 önemli sorunu olacak.
There are 3 major issues of the world. We have these issues yesterday, we faced them today, and we will face them tomorrow.
Bunlardan birincisi yoksulluk ve gelir eşitsizliği.
One of them is poverty and the inequality of income.
İkincisi çevre ve etik değerler.
The second one is environmental and ethical values.
Ve üçüncüsü ise ve bugünün dünyasının en büyük ihtiyacı olan birlikte yaşam kültürü.
And the third one, and the one that the world today needs the most, is the culture of living together.
Bu mezuniyet töreniyle özellikle gençlere, sizlere, mezunlarımıza ve hepimize şunu söyleyebilirim.
With this ceremony, at this ceremony tonight, I would like to share with you, especially with the young people,
Dünyanın sorunlarından ayrı düşünemeyiz.
that we cannot stay indifferent to
Bize
the
ne
issues, to
diyemeyiz?
the problems of the world.
Bizi ilgilendirmez
We
diyemeyiz.
cannot ignore the problems, and we cannot say that I'm not interested in the
Artık
problems of the
dünya
world.
küçük bir köy haline geldi.
The whole world has become a small village,
Dünyaya avuçluğumuz işlerini aldık.
and we have put the world in our hands.
Yollar yaptık, köprüler yaptık, teknolojileri geliştirdik.
We have built roads and bridges, and we have developed technology,
Ama vicdanlara yol bir türlü bulamadık.
but unfortunately we couldn't establish the bridges to the hearts, the conscience of the people.
Eğer dünyada birlikte yaşam kültürünü egemen kılabilseydik, bugünün dünyası böyle olmazdı.
If in the past we have been able to bring the culture of living together to the world, we wouldn't have the world today.
Bu mezuniyette çok daha güzel şeyler söylemek isterdim ama şuna dokunmadan geçemeyeceğim.
I would like to share better things with you at this commencement ceremony, but
Dünyada
I
bugün bir insanlık dramı yaşıyor.
wanted to share this important issue.
İkinci
Today,
Dünya Savaşı'ndan bu tarafa 150 yıldaki savaşlarla yapılan göçün toplamı bugün Suriye'de yaşanıyor.
today, unfortunately, we are having a serious problem. Since the World War II, since that day, the total number of immigration and the refugees, we are now facing the same number with the Syrians today.
Bu insanlar savaştan kaçıyor.
These people are escaping from the war.
Bebekler, çocuklar, kadınlar, gençler
The babies,
ülkelerini,
children,
evlerini terk
women,
ediyorlar.
they have to leave their homes.
Ve Avrupa'da bazı ülkelere gidebilmek için de denizde boğulup batıyorlar.
And unfortunately, some of them get drowned on the way to Europe when they are trying to escape to Europe.
Aslında orada batan sadece insanlar değil, insanlık da batıyor.
In fact, what sinks beneath the sea is not just their bodies, but the humanity is also sinking deep in the water.
Bugün Suriye'nin nüfusu %50'si göç etmiş durumda.
Today, half of the population of Syria has immigrated.
Eğer biz dünya ülkeleri ve insanları olarak bunlara sahip çıkmazsak, el uzatamazsak, her birisi yarının dünyasına dağılmış birer atom bombası olacaktır.
If we, the countries, we people, do not hold their hands, if we do not offer our hands to them, then tomorrow each and every one of them will become the atomic bombs in the future.
İşte öncelikle bu çocuklara, bu insanlara eğitim eli uzatmalıyız ve onların geleceğini garanti altına alabilecek çalışmalar içinde olmalıyız.
So that is why our priority should be offering education to these children.
Çünkü bana göre eğitimi öncelikle dezavantajlı olan gruptan başlamak lazım.
Because if you ask me, we should start offering education to the disadvantaged population first.
Berlin'de, gerekse Batum'da ve Washington DC'de kurduğumuz üniversitede en öncelikle öğrencilerimize dezavantajlı bölgelerden alarak eğitim öğretimini yapmaya başladık.
As an educator, we also started to offer more scholarships, more opportunities for the disadvantaged students coming from disadvantaged families, both in Istanbul and in Berlin and in Batumi and similarly in Washington DC.
Ve bugün bu mezuniyette şunu da söylemek isterim mezun arkadaşlarımıza.
And at this commencement ceremony tonight, I also would like to share something with you, the
Üniversiteler
graduating
sadece
class.
akademisyenlerden, yöneticilerden ibaret değildir.
The universities are not only comprised of the faculty members or the administrative staff.
Öğrencileriyle ve siz mezunlarıyla birlikte beraber bütünüyle bir üniversite yapısı.
They are a whole with you, with students and their alumni.
Sadece bir diploma almıyorsunuz.
So today you are not only getting a diploma, a
Büyük
degree,
bir ailenin bir parçası
but
oluyorsunuz.
today you are becoming a member of a large family.
Dünyaya da herhangi bir bölgeye gittiğiniz zaman uğrayabileceğiniz eviniz var.
So from now on, wherever you go in the world, you have a home for you.
Hong Kong, Roma,
In Hong
Toronto,
Kong, in
İstanbul,
Rome, in
Berlin,
Toronto, in
dünyanın
Istanbul,
neresine
in
giderse
Berlin.
evler
Wherever
var.
you go, you have homes ready for you.
Ben şimdi sizlere şunu söylüyorum.
Now I'm telling you,
Dünyanın bu öncelikli meselesiyle ilgili duyarsızlığınız asla olmasın.
so you shouldn't feel ignorant to the problems of these important issues of the world today.
Bu uğurda çalışmaya var mısınız?
Are you in to work for these problems?
Çok doğru. Var mısınız?
No, are you in?
Teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you very much.
Ve üniversitemizi bugünlere getirmede büyük emekleri olan, en başta Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Devleti'nin büyükelçisi bize her zaman destek olmuştur. Kendilerine
And I would
minnettarız.
like
Çok
to
teşekkür
thank
ediyorum.
our ambassador, the representative of the Turkish Republic today, who really supported us in creating this university.
Ve Prezident'a teşekkür
I would like
ediyorum.
to thank the President
Akademisyenlere
and
çok
our
teşekkür
faculty
ediyorum.
members very much,
Mütevelli heyetimize çok teşekkür
and
ediyorum.
our board members,
Özellikle Ekmel Andabe'ye çok teşekkür
especially
ediyorum.
Mr. Ekmel Anda,
Ve yine uluslararası ilişkilerden sorumlu, üniversitelerden sorumlu mütevelli üyemiz Coşkun İnce Bey.
and our board
Çok
member
teşekkür
responsible
ediyorum.
for our international network, Mr. Joshkun Ince.
Ve oğluma teşekkür
And I would
ediyorum.
like to thank my son,
Çünkü bu üniversitenin kuruluşunda
Because-
kendisi ekonomi ve finans tarafına baktığı için
he was the one who created the financial support in the establishment of
buraya
this
birazcık
university.
daha cömertçe
And
davrandı.
he was a bit more generous to
Ona
this
teşekkür
campus, so
ediyorum.
I would like to thank him.
Hepinize çok teşekkür
I
ediyorum.
thank all of you.
Sağ olun diyorum.
Thank you.
I now have the pleasure of introducing a young woman who has consistently impressed us since she began the program. Her academic prowess is matched only by her kindness and good humor. Please welcome our class of 2015 valedictorian, Miss Ephra Graham.
Thank you, Ethan, and to the BAU International University faculty and staff. Thank you for this great honor. Last summer, during a phone conversation with one of my best friends, I was challenged, actually I think we're both challenged, to take a long, hard look at our lives. We both knew that we wanted to be more, to do more, but I think fear held us back. At the end of this conversation, it was clear I needed to do something if I wanted things to change. Around that time, as Providence would have it, I received an email about a new MBA program in Washington, D.C. that focused on international entrepreneurship. I applied. I was accepted. So much has happened in this 1 year of study. It actually felt like 10 years. But seriously, I wouldn't change this experience for the world, because I have grown so much as a professional, as a sister, as a friend, as a daughter, as an individual. I'd like to share with you 5 key lessons I've learned this year. 1, I have learned about true commitment and perseverance. I've also learned that as a non-coffee drinker, when you're up all night working on assignments, a large cup of piping hot coffee can be a real temptation. I've also learned that the road of integrity can be arduous, but also worth it. I've learned that every day when you wake up, you are faced with two choices. To engage fully in life by taking small, significant steps toward your dream, or to lose the negotiations we have with ourselves daily and live a life that's safe. I've learned that although there are times when you feel like you're taking steps backward, just like a stone nestled securely in the leather pad of a slingshot, you're actually being positioned to go farther than your imagination could ever dare to dream. A highlight of the year for me was when we were invited to participate in a weekend startup school event. One of the speakers so eloquently encouraged us to only do things that mattered. He didn't use the word things. To my fellow graduates, this year was a year of doing something that mattered. We committed ourselves to learning and growing together, even while experiencing major life events this year, such as having babies, losing jobs, sending a child off to college for the first time. We traveled many miles to DC, from Connecticut to New York to North Carolina and Florida. We even attended class remotely from Brazil. Now that's true commitment. We spent many sleepless nights working on assignments individually and in small groups. Yes, we endured a few bumps and bruises, but guess what? We made it. We did it. Although the learning and growing doesn't end here, I am grateful for this time to celebrate today with all of you. Let's commit to supporting one another moving forward. Let us not grow weary in well-doing. We will reap bountifully if we do not faint. Regardless of the path we each decide to take, please let us not lose sight of our why. We'll need it to guide us and help us make those tough decisions. Finally, fellow graduates, let's remember to always remain grateful. Don't forget the people who stood by us during the ups and the downs. In all of our accomplishments, remember we didn't achieve them alone. I would like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the strength to make it this far. My classmates, thank you for making this journey easier and also interesting. I would also like to thank my good friends who are here today for your support and prayers. To my instructors, thank you for investing your time to help me learn and grow. It was not in vain. And a special thank you to Thomas Calhoun, who has been a great source of encouragement and support for me. Earlier this year, when I found myself unemployed and didn't know whether or not I'll be able to complete my studies, BAU stepped in and provided the support that I needed. It is because of you that I stand here today with a heart full of gratitude. Thank you. And finally, a big thank you to my siblings. A few of them are here, and my mom who flew in from the Virgin Islands. That's her up there. Thank you for your love and support. I can still remember hearing my mom as she faithfully prayed over each of her 8 children, asking God to bless us so that we could be a blessing and make a difference in the world. Mommy, we will. In closing, let me leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Lance Wobbles in his book, Dance While You Can. I will make a commitment to fulfilling my dreams, no matter what I may be feeling, and I will dare to move forward in the face of life's challenges. I will believe that what God has placed inside me is superior to the mountains that stand in my way. To the class of 2015, congratulations and God bless.
Thank you, Efra, so much for those inspiring words. Truly inspiring words. Now, before she returns to her seat, Efra would like to present a special gift on behalf of the entire class of 2015 to Mr. Hüseyin Yücel, Vice President of Bahçeşehir K-12 Colleges in Turkey. Without his generosity, with his generosity, we were able to finance this, to provide this scholarship.
First of all, I want to thank you very much, and I congratulate the graduate and their families. I am the second generation of educational entrepreneurial family. The establishment of this university was very important for me also. I myself and our institution have always been a great advocate for educational equity everywhere in the world, without any discrimination of language, race or religion. And we will always continue to be so. Today, unfortunately, we live in a world where every 4 seconds one person becomes a refugee because of wars. Every 6 seconds one child dies of hunger, and 1 billion people do not have access to clean water. However, the total debt of the poorest 20 countries is $10 billion, whereas the total wealth of the five richest people in the world is $280 billion. We should teach people and nations, especially the underdeveloped one, to fish instead of giving them fish. That's why we value education and we support education so as not to exploit or to be exploited. Within this context, I would like to thank my wife, Zeynep Yücel, also for her support and motivation with a social responsibility mind. And with your permission, I would like to invite her here too. For the interest, please. As I mentioned before, we will continue to support you and be an advocate for educational equity. I hope that our graduate here will also help one student in the future to study at this university. I once more congratulate you all and wish you best for your future life. Your achievement will make us proud. Thank you very much again.
Thank you very much. Okay, perhaps the most exciting moment in any commencement ceremony is the one when the students are awarded the diplomas that they have earned. It's kind of what we're all here for. Therefore, it is with tremendous pride and pleasure that we will now award diplomas to our honored students. Vice President Karaburk, would you please come to the podium to announce our graduates? And Mr. Yücel, would you please come forward to congratulate them?
Graduates, I'll call your name, and until your friend clears the stage, please wait for your turn. Our first graduate, Amalgan Serençimet. Smith. Ayşe Pay. Jane Clark. Ebony Nicole Justice Lee. W. Graham. Janelle and Miriam Legos. Mariana Rosa Silva. Mirta D. Charles. Next, Sophia Yevshen. Next graduate, Sebahat Akin. Next graduate, Seda S. Marcelek. The last graduate is Saik Bayan Bayujan Sarikovic.
say a couple of words over here. First of all, it's a privilege to be with you. And it's a privilege to be with Mr. Enver Yücel. And it's a privilege to be with Mr. Ahmet Bese. I know how much they have contributed to the establishment of the university over here. When someone looks at Mr. Yücel, they might see a personal dignity, they might have a deep respect, but when I look at him, I see a life devoted and dedicated to education. Thank you very much, Mr. Enver Yücel, and congratulations. And I wish you the best for the future of your life. Thank you.
Okay, now comes the hard part. Will all graduates rise and stand up? Now, in accordance with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and on the recommendation of the faculty members, I announce that you all have met the graduation requirement for our executive MBA program. I confirm that you all...
We're now fortunate to hear from one of our board members, Mr. Ekmel Anda. Mr. Anda is a successful businessman. He's the honorary president of the Fenerbahce USA Cultural Club of New York, vice president of the Turkish American Federation of New York, and president of United for Turkey. So please welcome Ekmel.
Excellency, our Ambassador of Turkey to the United States, Mr. Serdar Kılıç, our founder of our university and our father, Mr. Enver Yücel, is your son and our sponsor all the time. Even if he's a Beşiktaş fan, he's always a sponsor of Fenerbahce, which is our soccer club.
Go
so
Jimbom! Go Jimbom!
Go Jimbom! Okay. No, who's that Go Jimbom says? You know what? I'll take those diplomas from you guys. Go Jimbom! No Jimbom! There you go. Our valued faculty members and dear students and their families. And it's an honor for me to be here. I'm not even a college graduate, and I'm a board member of a college. It's a privilege for me that Mr. Enver Yücel provided me years ago. And I don't see this establishment as a university or an educational institute. I see this as a family, as a home. And when I visited their university in Turkey, which I attended university in 1984-85, I hated going to school because it was like old stones, and it was not a fun place. When I went to BAU University in Istanbul, what I saw was a social club. It was like a country club. And you go in there, the school is open 24 hours, there's cafeteria, you can go and get your hair cut. I mean, it was a pleasure for the kids going to school. And I said, you know what, I grew up in the wrong times, and this is what Mr. Yücel brought to education, a totally different look and encouragement to the students to go to school and finish school. And I was extremely impressed when he asked me to be a part of the school in Washington, D.C., BAU International. I was honored, and I felt like I'm graduating. And today also I'm feeling that way. You guys are under a huge umbrella, which is called BAU Global Education Umbrella. And you guys, I don't know if you know or not, but BAU University has about 30,000 students, but with all their entire umbrella with education, they have about 200,000 students. So now you guys have 200,000 brothers and sisters all over the world. Very important. And I don't know if any of you guys have been to Turkey. I know we have a couple of Turkish guys in here. But if you go to Turkey, you'll get the same warm feeling in Turkey as well. You can go to Germany, you'll feel the same exact way. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I didn't even ask him. I didn't get permission, but you will be welcomed in any of those institutes all over the world. This is a huge power that's given to you. Use that strength in the future in your life, which know that you have BAU University behind you, and again, you have 200,000 brothers and sisters all over the world. And through alumni and through students, chat pages and all that stuff, it's a great strength for you guys. And please use it. And you guys are a part of this university's history. First graduates, first kids, first born, and so you guys made history. congratulations. Congrats to you, to your families, and I thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anda, and thank you for expressing it so nicely how it is a family and how special these graduates are as our first group. So to close our ceremony, we'll be fortunate to hear from another board member, someone who's played a key role in bringing our cohort together, someone who is a close friend to many of us, a dear friend to us all. Mr. Paul Brunson, he's a board member, a television host, an author, a professional matchmaker, an entrepreneur, and a life coach. Please welcome Mr. Paul Brunson.
So what's up, everybody? What's up? First up, shout out to the DJ. The DJ is great tonight, right? Is the DJ not good? There's a DJ back there. I'm waiting for some Jay-Z though, but otherwise I'm good. This is the thing. This is ridiculously special for me to be here, right? Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for coming here. Mr. Chairman, Mr. CEO, Madam President, right? This is basically a room of friends. Like I go back with these people, right? Like Hussein and I used to have hair not too long ago, right? I mean, I remember Barack before and George Clooney before they could even grow hair, right? That's how far back we go. And what was interesting is the ambassador said that when he thinks of Mr. Ugel, he thinks of a man with dignity. And I say I agree, but I also think of a man who does not age. Mr. Ugel has not aged, and I think in the last 10 or 15 years. I mean, this is incredible. But here's the thing, is I'm not here to do the stand-up comedian role here. I'm really here just to say something really super short and simple, right? And that's what this is, that when I came to your very first day of class, you guys remember me coming? First day of class? Yes? With Kingston, yeah, I think Kingston came to the first day of class. And I basically said this. I said that you all have a blank slate, right? You had a blank slate. A blank slate. And through the last year, what you've been doing is you've been mixing and mixing. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Okay. Here. Do you want to say congratulations? No? Okay, all right, you just stand. So here's what you've been doing. You've been mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing your paint. All right? Now, you right now have a blank slate. You still have a blank slate. If we were to go out and ask anyone on these streets, what is BAU, what is a BAU MBA graduate, no one knows what a BAU MBA graduate is. Why? Because it's an empty slate. Who is going to define who MBA students who graduate from BAU are? It's you all. The moment you walk out of this room, you begin to put paint on top of the paper. All right? You guys set the story. When you think of universities like, oh, look at this guy coming up here. Look at this. Okay, come on up here. Okay, here's the thing. See, it's a family affair. It's a family affair, right? When you think of universities like Harvard, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe prestige, right? Tradition, right? When you think of schools like Georgetown, one of the best universities in the world, second to BAU, right? Of course, second to BAU. What do you think of, right? Maybe think of the same thing for she. When you think of a BAU MBA graduate, what do you think of? We don't know that, but whatever you are thinking it is, don't say it. Go out and do it. If you're thinking a BAU MBA graduate is about prestige, then you go out and create prestige. If you think it's about success, you go out and create success. If you think it's about innovation, you go out and create innovation. Okay? She's a donor, right? So you all determine what it is. A brand is not what everyone else. A brand is not what you say it is. It's what everyone else says it is, right? So this is what I say. This is my challenge. My challenge is a year from now, when I run into someone on the street And you're like, look, I want him on me. When I run into someone on the street and I ask them, who is a BAU MBA graduate, it is going to be up to you all that determines what that answer is, okay? I love you guys, I wish you guys all the best in the world. If there's anything you ever need, as you know, you have a huge family. So congratulations.
We got everything here. Okay, so thus we conclude our ceremony. To our graduates, I am proud to have worked with you and to know each and every one of you. I look forward to hearing about your future successes, of which I know there will be many, and I sincerely hope you will keep in regular touch with us at your alma mater. So a final congratulations and a plea to go forth and do work that will benefit our beautiful world. Thank you all for coming. Please join us for a reception to the class of 2015. Congratulations. Vice Chairman of BAU Global, Mr. Inje, Dean of the Graduate School of Social Sciences, Ms. Dr. Kuntai is already here. Please come for a family picture.
2020, we dice, you know, these cars on, and they were day parade,